The Sullivan family loves Thanksgiving. It's probably the single most important day of the year for us, and it was made that way because we shared at least 15 of them with America's Golden Girl, Betty White. And the centerpiece of Thanksgiving, in terms of making it all come together and work, was Patty. What do you remember about our 15 Thanksgivings with Betty?
Well, I've written a beautiful chapter about Thanksgiving and appreciation, and the appreciation of having Betty White at our table and gathering other friends of hers with us for at least 15 Thanksgivings, if not more, was a day we look forward to all year long. And I can say I went from being a nervous wreck in the kitchen, trying to make everything perfect, to failing miserably often. I remember a special turkey that didn't get cooked clear through.
I remember
and Blythe was following me around the table with hot gravy on top of the turkey that wasn't quite cooked. But all the while, because of Betty, all of the conversations, the interests that came on our table, they really became the centerpiece. So our conversations and exchanges with Betty and everyone that joined us on that particular year or the next particular year brought us so much of their gifts of life. And that was the real Thanksgiving. As we often say, Tom, that holiday is a combination of thanks and giving. And we celebrated both. And I just know that we touched Betty as she touched us on those special holidays.
Patty, there was a Thanksgiving when Betty was 96, when everybody knew that it might be the last one that we'd share. Yeah. And it became special not just because of Betty and how she operated, but because of the questions, feelings, emotions that our guests and our family expressed. Talk about that Thanksgiving, because you wrote about it so beautifully.
In writing about it, I compared that last Thanksgiving to the waves on her Carmel beach. When the big waves would come in and crash on the beach and then slowly go back out to sea to regain their power. And I think each and every one of us, which that Thanksgiving was a very small, intimate group, we wanted to give Betty our best moment. And so we kind of rushed into her presence with a lot of energy and enthusiasm to lift her. But then we knew the next person wanted their time. And so maybe we all had 5 minutes of expressing joy, trying to get her laughter going, whatever it was. And then all of a sudden, it's like each segment of the day was a wave, and then it went back out to sea in quiet. And it just has something to say about life and about the waves we encounter in our lives, the highs and the lows. And I often think back to that last Thanksgiving with that thought in mind. What a high it was to have her all those times with us. And I think that's why we feel the emptiness now, because she was a big, big part of our lives and of our hearts, and we miss her terribly.
I don't think that there's anything else you can say but thank you, Betty White.
Thank you, Betty White.